perfect wisdom, with the divisions of the Abhishamaya-Lamkara. Translated by Edward Conze. University of California Press, Berkeley, Los Angeles, London. Translation of the Sutra. Chapter 29. The Heretics. Thereupon 100 wanderers of other sects with hostile intent approached to where the Lord was. And it occurred to Sakra. Those 100 wanderers of other sects approach with hostile intent to where the Lord is. What if now, as much as I have learned of the perfection of wisdom from the Lord, if I repeat just that, so that those heretical wanderers, when they have approached, do not cause an obstacle to the Lord, and to the perfection of wisdom being preached? Thereupon Sakra, chief of gods, repeated as much of the perfection of wisdom as he had learned. Thereupon those wanderers of other sects, having from afar reverently saluted the Lord, again went away by that path, by that door. Thereupon it occurred the then Saradvatiputra. For what reason had those heretical wanderers, after they had from afar reverently saluted the Lord, again gone away by that path, by that door? The Lord read Sariputra's thoughts and said to him, "It is because Sakra, chief of gods, has brought to mind this perfection of wisdom. Because, Sariputra, I see not even one single salubrious dharma in those heretical wanderers. They all wanted to approach with hostile intent, with thoughts of enmity. Nor do I see anyone in this world with its gods, Maras, Brahmas, Sramanas, and Brahmanas, who, when this perfection of wisdom is being demonstrated, could approach with hostile intent or with thoughts of enmity. That cannot possibly be. And why? Because all the gods in this great trichliacosm assist this perfection of wisdom, and so do the disciples, the Pratyeka Buddhas, and the Bodhisattvas, the great beings. And why? Because they have all issued from the perfection of wisdom. Moreover, in all the countless world systems in the 10 directions, all the Buddhas and Lords, together with their congregations of disciples, assist this perfection of wisdom, and so do the Pratyeka Buddhas, the Bodhisattvas, and the gods, Nagas, Yakshas, Gandharvas, Asuras, Garudas, Kinnaras, and Mahoragas. And why? Because they all have issued from the perfection of wisdom. Thereupon it occurred to Mara, the evil one. The 4 assemblies are seated face to face with the Tathagata, and so are the gods of the realm of sense desire and of the realm of form. In this assembly Bodhisattva, great beings, are sure to be predicted to full enlightenment. Let me now approach to where the Lord is in order to blind them." Thereupon Mara, the evil one, conjured up a 4-fold army and wanted to approach where the Lord was. Thereupon it occurred to Sakra, chief of gods, "Surely, this is Mara, the evil one, who, having conjured up a 4-fold army, wants to approach to where the Lord is. But this array of the 4-fold army of Mara, the evil one, is not such as the array of the 4-fold army of King Bimbisara, or of King Prasenajit, or of the Sakyas, or the Likhavis. This 4-fold army has been conjured up by Mara, the evil one. For a long time indeed has Mara, the evil one, looked for a chance to do harm to the Lord, has intended to hurt beings who exert themselves rightly. I will now bring this perfection of wisdom to mind, recall, and repeat it." Thereupon Sakra, chief of gods, called to mind this perfection of wisdom, and repeated it in his memory. Immediately Mara, the evil one, turned back on the path, on the door by which he had come. Thereupon the gods of the 33 the highest gods in the assembly conjured up heavenly flowers, flew through the air, and scattered and showered them over the Lord. And they spoke these words: "For a long time surely has this perfection of wisdom been pursued by the men of Jambudvipa. Certainly, as long as the men of Jambudvipa pursue this perfection of wisdom, for so long in the great trichliacosm, in the world systems in the 10 directions all around, the Tathagata will not disappear. The Dharma will last long, the jewel of the Sangha will be manifest in the world, and the specific practices of the Bodhisattvas, the great beings, will be conceived. And in whichever part of the world those sons and daughters of good family will bear in mind this perfection of wisdom and make it into a book, there one would expect them to be born of light, protected by saviors, and free from darkness and blindness. The Lord. So it is, Kautika, so it is. O deities, so it is. As long as the men of Jambudvipa will pursue this perfection of wisdom, for so long the Tathagata will not disappear, the Dharma will last long, and the jewel of the Sangha will be conceived in the world too. In the great trichliacosm, in the world systems in the 10 direction all around, the Tathagata will not disappear, free from darkness and blindness. Thereupon those deities once more conjured up heavenly kusuma flowers, scattered them over the Lord, and spoke these words. Mara and his host will have no chance to harm those sons and daughters of good family who take up this perfection of wisdom, to wisely attend to it. We also, O Lord, will constantly and always arrange for the shelter, defense, and protection of this son or daughter of good family. And why? For they will be endowed with no small wholesome root. They have fulfilled their duties under the jinas of the past, they have honored many Buddhas, they have been taken hold of by the good spiritual friends. And why? One should search for all knowledge through the perfection of wisdom, and this perfection of wisdom, in its turn, should be searched for through the perfection of wisdom. And why? Because, O Lord, the perfection of wisdom is not one thing and all knowledge another. But perfect wisdom and all knowledge are not two or divided. The Lord. So it is, Kautika, so it is. The all knowledge of the Tathagatas has issued from the perfection of wisdom, and vice versa. And why? For the perfection of wisdom is not one thing, and all knowledge another. All knowledge is not one thing, and the perfection of wisdom another. But perfect wisdom and all knowledge are not two or divided. End chapter 29. Note. Buddhists may get more benefit from listening to the sutras actively by reading along with a peaceful voice, and walking on a treadmill very slowly to avoid drowsiness. Keep this in mind, wishing or dreaming to do the goodness is the first steps of doing good. It does not matter one can do it or not. It is the same for wishing to become a Buddha.